Hello, babes, and welcome to another TBR Jar Chooses My Reads. So, I'm back in front of my bookcases, and I do have my little TBR card here. I'm actually going to be doing the little mini toys microphone today because the audio was so bad last time. We do have, it's even the photo of me and my friends, and we do have some of my husband's books here. So this whole bookshelf is his books, and then you see some behind me, but don't look at the background, okay? I'm just trying to be a little bit cozy, but we are gonna be letting my TBR jar that I don't even have here with me hold in sweatpants, sexy as usual. Okay, I have the jar. I'm here. I am prepared. These sweatpants have so many makeup stains on them. Oh, it's borderline a crime showing anyone these sweatpants, but I have been filming and I thought I'd sit down and pick some books. So every month I pick 5 prompts and I let those prompts decide what I am going to be reading for next month. So this month I have had some things happen which has led me to not be so thrilled about reading. I don't really want to dive into that here, but for one reason or another, I haven't been able to get to all the books I had on my TBR, my list. I had 5 books that I picked, plus I had 2 books that I wanted to read, one for a book club, which I did read, and then also I was reading Light Wheeler outside of that. 2 of the books I haven't read, and one of them I'm currently reading right now, and there's still a chance I'll finish that one before the end of July, but so far, I have only read 4. Is that true? I've only read 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 7 books that I had on my list. Might read a 5th one. It is what it is. Life gets in the way sometimes. And quite honestly, I'm not going to stress about it because it has been quite the month, quite honestly. So I have the prompts here. Oh, actually, one of you told me what the prompts were about, so thank you so much. I am gonna go in and just read the comment. I'm actually filming this on my phone and just make sure that I'm getting it correctly because I was confused, but you were not. I'll pop up the comments so you can see, but the blue color are prompts that I had from before, old prompts that I didn't pull and I want to give a second chance. The Let me see. The yellow prompts are the ones that I did pick before and I wanted to use them again, and pink prompts are new prompts for this jar. So that's how it is. I'm gonna pull one and it's a yellow. So this is a prompt that we have had before, but I wanted to include it again, and it is a book with an object. Grammar left the chat. A book with object or objects in the title. Okay, so a book that I really want to read. So I have my little card here. These are not, unfortunately, all my unread books. I do have even more unread books that I want to read, but these are like the ones that are on the top of my list, basically. One of them that I really want to read is Rumours and Whiskey. Is whiskey an object? I don't know. And this is by Victoria Wilder. So this is her new series, and I loved her other. That was the Bourbon and something. Oh, I love that series. So this is about some whiskey sisters instead. I also have the Rose Bargain. I feel like Rose is a good one. I also have A Promise of Peridot, which is the second book by Kate Golden in this series that is called The Sacred Stones. I really did enjoy the first one. I also have The Ballad of the Fallen Dragons. So this one is a dragon and object. Maybe not, but this one I really do want to read. But I feel like this one is probably going to be a mood read because this is a book that this is my strongest 5-star prediction for this year. And I have been a little bit in the reading slump, and I would hate to read this when I'm not in the right mindset. So this is like a gem that I'm saving for the right time. I also have a photo finish, which is the first book in this is the old series by Elsie Silver. So this is the one that is the Gold Rush Ranch, and this is, if I'm not mistaken, like a horse English, not my first language. And what happened between Cole Harding and Violet Eaton? So this is the Eaton, because we've met them in the. I've read the series that come after, but I haven't read the original series. What happened between Cole Harding and Violet Eaton in their anonymous online chats was meant to stay buried in the past until it didn't. Wait, what? Wait, I already love it. It's a small world, but Ruby Creek is even smaller. When Cole reluctantly moves to town for a business venture, he finds Violet working as a jockey on the family ranch, just as tempting as he remembers. But I really want to read Rumors and Whiskey too. Cole had his chance with her and he blew it. She ghosted him. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We have to do this. Okay, I'm doing this one. So I'm reading A Photo Finish, the first book in the Gold Rush Ranch by Elsie Silver. I love Elsie Silver, and I'm finally getting to this one. I think I own all the books in the series, and I haven't read it. But I still want to read Rumors and Whiskey, but hopefully we'll get to it. Okay, let's pull another one. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Another yellow. Okay, so again, this is a prompt that we've had before, but I want to have again. And I nobody should allow me to write. How did I get this is not how you spell cover. What is going on? I think I need an intervention. A cover that matches your makeup look. Okay. Today I'm having a very cool toned lavender smoky eye with gray lips and a lavender blush draping. I'm very excited about this look. It's probably already no, it's probably actually not live on my channel yet. I used a blush from my own brand, Singe Beauty. This is a lavender blush that's called a Fearless Fig, and then I used the Little Cosmetics and Legends of Korra. They had a collab, and this is the purple palette, and the lipstick. I'm gonna give you. It's a sample that's coming this fall. So something that matches this. So it needs to be something purple or lavender. I have been dying to read this one. Is this it? So this is by Autumn Woods, and this is Nightshade. He's her enemy, she's his everything. Sorrow Song University book 1. I know the second book just came out, so this is supposed to be um like a dark gothic, like a dark academia book. He'd burn down the world for her, but she plans to burn his to the ground. Ophelia Winters wants revenge. Isolated in the Scottish Highlands. Oh, this will be. I'm going to Scotland next year. Sorrow Song University only welcomes students from the most powerful families. Ophelia doesn't belong, but a rare scholarship grants her the perfect opportunity to investigate the accidental, within like quotation marks, death of her parents near the castle grounds. Things get off to a rocky start when she runs afoul of the mysterious Alex Corbeau Green, son of her prime suspect. As far as she's concerned, he's just a younger version of his billionaire father. Listen, I'm a sucker for like a billionaire romance. A monster hiding beneath a beautiful facade. When an unknown tormentor begins to stalk Ophelia, she realizes she may not be able to survive Sorrow Song on her own. Alex becomes her unexpected ally and her alibi for murder. Girl, that escalated quickly. But as she starts falling for the soft heart that hides beneath his hard exterior, her hunger for revenge wavers for the first time. Can she really bring herself to destroy everything he's ever known? Okay, I've heard great things about it. Have you read this one? So this has apparently been super, super hyped on Book Talk. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not a TikTok girly. I love Instagram. I love YouTube. TikTok, I don't want to say I'm too old for TikTok, but I think I'm too old to fall in love with TikTok. So I found this accidentally and saw that it was super, super, super hyped. And I was like, okay, sometimes books are hyped for a reason. So I decided to pick it up because I know the second book just came out. And I do feel like this is matching my makeup look. So I'm going to go with Nightshade by Autumn Woods. Okay, 2 books, 3 to go. I also want to kind of pick books. Ooh, this is a blue one. So this is an old one that we didn't pull and I wanted to keep for round 2. So I really want to pick books again that I am very excited about, that are not too heavy, and that I think will be like somewhat like easy reads, simply because I have been in a reading slump and I would hate for myself to elongate this reading slump, because I do love reading and I want to get back to it. And I never get into reading slumps. I don't even know what this is. Free pick. Okay, free pick. I am gonna pick the one that I wanted to read, which is Rumors and Whiskey. If you are looking for a small town romance, but you don't want to read cowboy romance, but you still want it to have a little bit of a theme, I definitely recommend the Bourbon. What is it called? The first one is called Bourbon and Lies. I have them up there. I don't remember what the series is called, but I will try and remember, or you can just go in. I will always leave links to everything I'm talking about down below because I think it makes it so much easier where you can go in and click and read up more about the books as well. But I definitely recommend that. It's around three brothers and their granddad that owns a whiskey distillery. And it's a perfect mix between small town romance and the theming around this bourbon distillery, plus almost a little bit of like crime and mystery and mafia and suspense. Like there's a little bit of that sprinkled in. And I think she did such a great job. I really love those books. So I think and I hope that this is going to be a similar vibe, but instead of three brothers, I think it is three sisters. So in Rumor, Tennessee, the crown women are at the center of every whisper of salacious gossip. Everyone knows you can count on them for a shot of whiskey and a wild night, but their best kept secret is how they deliver quiet revenge. Again, I'm telling you, there's a little bit of like crime suspense like mystery woven into these romance books, and I really really love how Victoria Wilder has written those. I survived the living nightmare, forced to stay away from my sisters. I had to hide who I was and start over again until a sexy stranger messed everything up. A charming jeweler, wait, is this the jeweler from the third book? Wait. Okay, so we do meet the jeweler. We don't know much about him. We do meet him in the third book in the other series. And now I'm like, wait, I did not know that. I'm so excited. With a sinful smile and far too many questions. Now I'm back in my hometown, hiding my past and trying not to drown in the pressure to be the old me. Especially once I discovered that the rumors swirling around my family aren't the work of bored townies, but hidden truths. And then he turns up again. I am so excited. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a little crime, there's a little mystery, there's like a little bit of not just small town romance. It says like between a dead body, a missing cop, and secrets my family is hiding, trouble is brewing, and Julian Colton insists on staying in town. I am so excited. This is going to be my free pick. I'm so excited. Definitely, again, if you're looking for contemporary romance, but you feel like you need something more, definitely recommend Victoria Wilder. I'm so excited. I'm so. This might be the first one I read on this list. I'm so excited. We're doing a fourth one. Another blue. So this is going to be again an old one that we didn't pull. A book with a short title. I don't know if you can see a short title. So there's a couple that I would like to read. So one of them is, of course, this one has a very short title. This cover is giving me Harlequin Romance 1992. Because what is this? At least he has a shirt on. This is Firefighter Romances, and this series is written by different romance authors. And I know one of them is, what's her name? I keep forgetting names. Paisley Hope, one of my favorite cowboy romance authors. I think she wrote second book, and Sloane St. James has written the first one, that is Fight. So this is a good contender. Again, this is like Firefighter romance. I have no idea. I bought this one because Paisley Hope wrote the second book, and I was like, this could be really fun. Another one that has a short title. I mean, it's 3 words. I don't know. It's 3 words short enough. Is Us Deadly Few by Alexis Patton, and I really do want to read this, and I mainly want to read this because the third one hasn't come out yet, and I read the first one in December. It's actually my favorite book of December, and it is a dystopian romance. This is like grown up romance. It is very, very intriguing, and I want to read the second book while the first one is still fresh in my mind. So, this is about a girl who lives underground. The world is ruined. She doesn't know much about the world. The world is ruined. You cannot live on the surface, it is radioactive, unless you're very rich and you can live in the domed city above ground. Only for the rich people. Main character, she's not rich. She lives underground and she gets sentenced to life in jail, the jail that nobody escapes and the jail that nobody survives, for a crime she didn't commit. And in this jail, she uncovers a lot of secrets and she meets the guard. This is a very, very interesting book and I love it. And it ended in such an interesting way. And again, I want to read it. There was a cliffhanger at the end where I was like, oh, dang. Oh, dang. It really opened up for this whole new world building and this storyline to be told, and I cannot wait to see where Alexis Patton is bringing this one. I actually bought this at Romanticon in Orlando by Alexis Patton. Super, super sweet. This has just recently been traditionally published. Definitely, if you're in your dystopian era 2.0, as I am, definitely check out Us Dark Few. The first one is Us Dark Few, and the second one is Us Deadly Few. I actually might pick this one because, again, I don't want to just read contemporary romance, and I really do think that I want to read this while I have the first one fresh in my mind. And I think that, like, all the other ones are, no, there's two contemporary romances. There's one like dark academia, and then we have this one that is a dystopian, but also not super thick. So I do think that that one is on Kindle Unlimited as well. Just so you know, I'm gonna do the fifth and final one. And also, I do have still two books left from my TBR from last month, and it is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas, and it is To Catch a Wild Bird. And I am technically just gonna move all of those to this month's list, and maybe I will be able to read all of them because it is not unlike me to read 7 books. It is more unlike me to only read as many books as I did this month. So I feel like there is a chance that I'm able to get to all of them. And actually, I am reading a contemporary romance right now. And as soon as I'm done with that one, I am going to read one of the other two before I get to this pile here. Okay, I kind of want to get a pink one. I see that there is a pink one here. I haven't looked at it, but I feel like we want to pick a pink one because the pink ones are the new ones. So these are new prompts. Some of them are written by me. Some of them are written by suggestions from you. This one says, Goodreads nomination slash winner. This is very exciting. Okay, I have Goodreads on my phone that I'm filming on, but also on my computer because I see my computer. It's literally in front of me. Let me go and check what I have on my TBR that is a Goodreads nomination or winner for last year, I guess. Okay, so hold on. Okay, I looked through the lists and I really thought I was going to have more options than I did. And with that being said, I only have one option, which is then not really an option, it's a choice. So the one that is on the readers, like, what is it called? Like, reader's choice or something? I think it's called like Reader's Choice Awards or something, is The Rose Bargain. This one by Sasha Peyton Smith. And I've heard great things about this book. This was on the list it was a nominee in I think it's nominee in Young Adults Romantasy. And I've heard great things about this. Again, it's young adult, but I've heard nothing but great things. The only thing that makes me worried is that Stephanie Garber says deliciously dark and romantic, and I did not like her writing at all. And if she likes this, it makes me worried. Hopefully, I love it. Hopefully, I will love it. I think this is supposed to be like a little bit like, dukes and lords, like Bridgerton meets romantasy. Yes, exactly. This is an alternate universe of England where there's also like magic. Every citizen of England is granted one bargain from their immortal Fae Queen. I mean, I think that already tells you everything. So this is we're in this world, but there is magic and fae. High society girls are expected to bargain for qualities that will win them suitors: a rare talent for piano in exchange for one's happiest childhood memory, a perfect smile for one's ability to taste. But Ivy's debut season arrives with a shocking twist: a competition to marry the Queen's fae son, Prince Brahm. It's a prize that could save Ivy's family from ruin and free her older sister from the bargain that destroyed her. Okay, so her sister, when she debuted, made a bargain that wasn't a great bargain. Yet every glittering Fae deal has a rotting heart, and amidst lavish balls, vicious competitions, and a dangerous alliance with the Prince Rakish, a younger brother, Prince Emmett. Oh, is this Oh, I love this already. Ivy realizes that at the center of this contest lies a dark plot that could destroy all of England and her hearth with it. Okay, I'm loving this. Not even sad that I don't have a choice, but this is the one because that sounds really delicious. Okay, so this is going to be the last one then. So it's going to be The Rose Bargain by Sasha Peyton Smith, A Deadly Few by Alexis Patton, Rumours and Whiskey by Victoria Wilder, Nightshade by Autumn Woods, and A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver. I'm really excited about these 5, and I am going to be adding. Oh my god, let's not get undressed. I am also going to be adding The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas and To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast that I didn't finish this month. And of course, I'm still reading the last Amber Palmer book in the Cowboy Romance trilogy. I just started that one. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to do all these. I will say, usually I do finish all books that I pick for my TBR jar, which I think is the way to do the TBR jars. You pick books and you read them. Isn't that the whole point? And so far, that's what I have done. But this month, things just got in the way. Life got in the way. But I'm going to do my best for this month. And I'm actually heading for a bookish trip, like a group trip together with a book Instagrammer. Her name is Anna Novels, reads Anna something something. I will put her here. So I'm going on a group trip with her and some other gals, and we're going to Rome. And I live in Italy, so it's just a train trip away from me. So it's going to be really, really exciting. And we read City of Gods and Monsters for the book club that we're going to be having and talk about during. I'm so excited. I need a break. Listen, I need a break from life. Okay, that sounds harsh, but I am excited. And also, going to Rome from here is a 6-hour train trip. So I'm going to have plenty of time to be reading there and back. And very excited. I'm excited about all these books. This is good. I'm saying it now. I'm saying it now. This is going to be a great reading month. Let me know what's on your TBR list. Let me know if you've read any of these books and if you think they're great. And if they're awful, you know what? Tell me. Should I be avoiding them? I do think I'm going to be enjoying them though. So I hope you didn't hate them. But I hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And I will see you very soon in a new video.